Good Thursday evening, New York Jet fans and NFL fans. It is May 11th, 2023, 9:43 p.m. This is the takeoff, and we are looking at the schedule that was released today by the NFL for the 2023-2024 season. Um, Before we go any further, I'm sorry I'm not wearing my Jet shirt. I was not going to do a video tonight. I was going to do it in the morning, but work conflicts have stopped me from being able to do it in the morning. So I'm going to do it tonight. I got my hat. I got my jet room behind me. That's still under construction, and I will get to that in a later video. But let's look at the schedule. Um, the NFL basically said that they wanted to see if Aaron Rodgers was traded, retired, and where he went to. Up until when the Jets signed him, it was almost a given that he was going to the Jets, but they wanted to wait till it was finalized. Once it was finalized, they did put the Jets under the spotlight, so to speak. 6 primetime standalone games. Well, they're calling it 5 primetime games and 1 other standalone game. The one other standalone game is Black Friday. That'll be a 3 o'clock start. The first time ever in NFL history, a Friday afternoon game on Black Friday. Jets host Miami. The Jets will have 5 primetime games. They'll have 2 Monday nights, 2 Thursday nights, and 1 Sunday night. Okay? Of those 5, 2 Mondays and the Sunday are home. Both Thursdays are on the road, and the standalone, of course, on Black Friday is at home. So the season starts September 7th. It'll be in Kansas City. It'll be the Chiefs versus the Lions. AFC versus NFC. Pat Mahomes, the Chiefs, Super Bowl champions, in Kansas City, as it always is for the Super Bowl champions to open the season. They'll put up their Super Bowl champion banners, and they'll have all the fanfare. And then the season will get underway that Sunday. It'll conclude on Monday night at MetLife. And I think, is going to be a very loud, emotional, crazy crowd. And I didn't go to the September 11th Sunday night game versus the Cowboys on the 10-year anniversary. I did not want to go. I could not do it. But I can remember, hearing how emotional it was, how, rowdy it was also, because you got to remember the Jets were coming off the AFC Championship game that they lost, and they really thought this was the year that they were going to do it. They were going to take that next step. So I could see it being a very loud, early arriving, crazy crowd. I could also see a lot of people selling their tickets. This will be a big money ticket game. But I plan on being there with my girls and hopefully enjoying a win. So let's go into the schedule. The Jets actually will do another standalone game Thursday night, August 3rd. I believe it's August 3rd in Canton, Ohio. They were playing the Hall of Fame game against the Browns. And then that weekend, Joe Klecko finally gets in. You can see behind me, I have my Joe Klecko jersey. He signed that about 18 or 17 years ago in Hofstra, when the Jets used to practice in Hofstra. And I asked him then when he got into the Hall of Fame, he said hopefully soon. And now here we are about 17 years later, and he's finally getting in. And we'll get to see Darrelle Revis, first ballot Hall of Famer, going as well. Klecko, to me was somebody I watched growing up, and I loved watching him play. I only seen him play live once. Revis, I saw his entire career, and I'll say it, and I'll be honest, in the beginning I didn't like him, but he really showed and proved me wrong. So we're going to bounce into it. So the Jets host the Bills Monday night, September 11th. The following weekend, they go play the Cowboys on September 17th. That's a 4:25 game in Texas. So Jets will then follow up by coming home and play the Patriots, and then stay home for the following week. Sunday night, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs come to town. So within 4 weeks, the Jets have a Monday and a Sunday night game. They'll then travel to the Broncos and face Russell Wilson, and then come back for the Eagles for week 6. The Jets will get a bye early in the week. They'll get the bye on week 7. And I know, the bye people have different outlooks on. Now, on My father's birthday is September 10th, and he was a tremendous Jet fan. And I know, the season opens up on the 10th, really, for most of the teams, and then we play the 11th. But he'd always, at this time of the year, like it'd come out in the Daily News, like usually late April, come out in the Daily News, the two schedules. And he'd go with the pencil, and he'd put a W or an L next to it. Back in April, he put this. And then he'd see where the bye is, and he'd always complain where the bye was. The bye could be week 8, the bye could be week 12, the bye could be week 6. He never liked it. Regardless of where it was, he never liked it. To me, the bye has to be used to get your team back in order, to get your team healed up, to get your team revitalized. But it can also be a time where the team is really firing on all cylinders, and then they have to come to a halt. This is week 7. They're going to have 6 very tough games. So I think the bye comes at a pretty good part. Maybe I would like them to go face the Giants first and go to the bye, but they will face the Giants. The Giants are the home team, and this is this is October 29th, Halloween weekend. Now, the reason why I say Halloween weekend is because the first year that I really started going to the games with my dad, it was a Giant home game. I never seen the Giants play in person, so it was a Giant home game. Jets versus Giants. Boomer Esiason, Phil Simms, Lawrence Taylor, Ronnie Lott. And it was a rainy, misty, just miserable day. And I remember answering the door for trick-or-treaters, watching the game. It was a 1 o'clock game. And the Jets, on a last-second deflected pass, knocked out a Phil Simms pass, and they beat the Giants. And I want to say it was like 10-7. Or 10-6 they beat the Giants. It was 10-6, I believe. And then they went on like a 5-game winning streak after that, and then fell 1 game short of the playoffs. So, but I just remember Halloween that year. So after the Jets go to play the Giants as a visiting team on 10/29, the Jets will stay in the tri-state area. Of course, they'll stay at MetLife, and they'll face the Chargers for Monday Night Football. So right now, we're in week 9. The Jets have already 2 Monday Night Footballs and a Sunday night game. The following week, okay, they're going to face Sunday. I'm sorry, they're going to face the Raiders on Sunday night. So we're in week 10, 2 Mondays, 2 Sundays, primetime games. 4 out of the first 9 games that they're playing are on Sunday night or Monday night. Week 11, they go to the Bills. Week 12, they come back. That is 11/24. That is my birthday weekend. That is also the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, first time ever. 3 p.m. game. I'm actually looking forward to this game. I think this is going to be a really nice atmosphere. The Jets will then stay home again, and they'll face the Falcons on December 3rd. And they will also be home to face the Texans on December 10th. So they're home for 3 weeks in a row. The 24th of November, the 3rd of December, the 10th of December. They then will travel to Miami on 12/17 to face the Dolphins again for the second time in 4 weeks. The Jets will then end their regular season home stand or home games against the Commanders on Christmas Eve at 1 p.m. Week 17, they will be a Thursday night game. So they'll face the Commanders on Sunday. Following Thursday, they go to Cleveland and they face the Browns. And then the season will end in Foxborough. Regular season will end in Foxborough. That time is to be determined. So that's the schedule. I'm not going to go over wins, losses, or what have you. That is the schedule right now. I think that the NFL schedule makers did a good job. Me personally, I like my 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon games. I get up, I go to church, we pack the truck, we tailgate, we watch warm-ups, we watch the game, we leave the game, we get some autographs, we beat traffic, let the traffic go, we get in the car, we go home. This year we have a lot of mixed bags. We have, the 2 Monday night games at home. We have the Sunday night game at home. We have 2 4:15 games, and I think 2 1 o'clock games. So it will be, mixed up a little bit, but you know what? I'll take it. Another smidget, there is a rumor that the New York Jets will be doing Hard Knocks. That has to be released very soon. I can't see them not releasing it soon. It follows them from training camp through the final preseason game. So, training camp usually starts, I think it's like the second week in July or third week in July, and then it starts, with the Hall of Fame game and whatnot, and through the preseason. So I think that's going to be announced pretty soon. We said on the radio today, the only way that this doesn't happen is if Aaron Rodgers goes to Woody Johnson and Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas says, "Hey, listen, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be on the cameras through camp. I don't want the cameras follow me every time I go to the men's room. I'm going to be on the spotlight enough. Let's not do it." And I think that it doesn't get done. I don't care either way. I do like Hard Knocks. I do enjoy watching it. I thought the two best Hard Knocks ever was the original with the Baltimore Ravens, excuse me, and then the one with the Jets and Rex. I just thought it was great to see what was going on behind the scenes. I actually went out to training camp with my cousin and my girls and my wife during one of the tapings of Hard Knocks. It was just a great time because you got more coverage. I mean, with the internet and the Jets.com and NFL Network and NFL.com, you got a lot of information. But watching Hard Knocks was a lot of fun, and it got me psyched up for the season. That being said, I'm going to be totally transparent. I said this in my videos back in December and in January and February. I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan. As a player, I think he is tremendous. I don't like some of the things he does off the field. I don't like some of his philosophies, but you know what? Everybody has their opinion. I may not like, somebody I work with, but we're going to work together and we're going to do what we have to do. You try to put athletes at a higher level and you shouldn't. They're just regular people doing a job. So I root for this. The name on the back of the jersey, I root for while he's on my team. And I am rooting very hard that Aaron Rodgers takes us to where we need to be. Joe Douglas went out and assembled a team through the draft the last 3 or 4 seasons and now put together a wish list for Aaron Rodgers with his wide receivers and whatnot, and trying to beef up the offensive line and just trying to get lightning in a bottle for the next 2 years, because that's what this is. This is a 2-year stint that they're going to be out. Aaron Rodgers has 2 years to get us where we haven't been in over 50. The flip side of that is Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson right now is the number 2 quarterback. In a perfect world, Zach Wilson sits back and absorbs everything that Aaron Rodgers does, and then in 2 years steps on the field, a more mature, a more talented football player. Does that happen? I don't know. But if Aaron Rodgers goes and does what he needs to do, then we can worry about Zach Wilson in 2 years. If Aaron Rodgers fails, if this team does not get where we need to get, if this team doesn't come close to the playoffs within the next 2 years and doesn't get to that big step, then what Joe Douglas does is all for nothing. And I like Joe Douglas a lot. I like Robert Saleh a lot. He reminds me a lot of Rex. And anybody who knows me knows Rex is my favorite coach. He beats out Parcells by a landslide, even though Bill brought us back and put us on the map. But if in the next 2 years, if we can't get where we need to be, if we don't take tremendous strides this year and then take the next step, then it's a failure. Because not only then did Aaron Rodgers not do it, what did Zach Wilson learn? Do we pick up the 5th-year option on him? This is all said and done. So, you know what? It is 6 months to the day before we have opening night. Let's enjoy mini camp. Let's enjoy training camp. Let's enjoy the preseason games. Let's enjoy the ride. Take all 18 weeks and hopefully beyond and enjoy each week. Enjoy each week. Don't rush it. Enjoy it. And let's hope that this is an enjoyable season. Last year, At one point, we really thought we were going to walk away with this and then win the division and whatnot, and then everything crumbled. This year, we have a team assembled that can do this. Um, so let's hope we can do it. And Jet fans, let's enjoy it. So we are the Takeoff. You could reach us on Gmail. You can email us at the Jets Takeoff. You can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is the Jets Takeoff. You can follow us on this video. So you could look at the YouTube channel. The Takeoff channel handle is at the Jets Takeoff. You can email us. You could tweet us. You could follow us on Facebook at the Takeoff. Subscribe to this video. Share it with your friends. As we get closer to the season, I'll be doing multiple videos a week. Up until then, if anything should happen, out of the ordinary, I will do a video. If not, I'll probably do one a week once camp starts. But just want to get a scheduled video out, and that's it. So thank you for joining us again. Hopefully this is a new season, a new beginning, a lot of fun, a lot of things to discuss, a lot of things to review, and hopefully a lot of input from you. And I'd love to hear and see any of your comments on the video as well. Have a great day. Have a great week. Stay safe. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week, however you say it. And we'll talk soon.